What's up YouTube, Crafting Cars here. Now today we're going to be continuing on this build series of my Honda B16 engine, and I plan on taking out the valve springs, so let me show you how. And by the way, happy Friday. I also have a very exciting update today. Our channel just hit 69 subscribers. Now the embarrassing part is I probably know each and every one of you, but I'm happy either way, and we're just that much closer to 100, which is going to lead us getting closer to 1,000, maybe 10,000, we'll see. But yeah, big shout out all the friends and family that helped out, and Nick Herb, and yeah, let's get into it. So valve springs, what do they look like and what the fuck do they do? Well, they look something like this. Just a beefy little spring. You've got them on your intake as well as your exhaust side, and basically what they do is the spring holds each valve closed until it's time for it to be opened. They only open on the intake side when the engine is supposed to be letting air in, and basically the lifters and the cam is what allows it to open by pushing down on that spring. And then on the exhaust side, obviously it pushes down the valve and lets the exhaust out the exhaust ports. Now, like I said, today we plan on removing these springs, and although everybody's got their different methods, after doing some research online, using this style spring compressor tool seems to be the easiest. Now, I got this compressor from HPT Autosport. It was a little pricier. I mean, it's 70 bucks for a spring compressor tool, which is a little on the pricey end. But it comes with everything you need, the compressor, all the hardware, as well as a tiny screwdriver with a magnet on the end. And you're going to see why that little magnet is going to save us a lot of time. Alright, so just so I knew what I was doing when I went to show you guys, I decided to take a spring out by myself. And as you can see, here's the assembly. We got the spring with the retainer up top. And what holds that retainer to the valve shaft is these two little keepers right here, or valve locks, I've also heard them been called. And these are the hardest part to get out and put back in, but that's where the magnet comes into place. Alright, for the boys back home, this is how you do it. You place your bracket, line up the bolt holes, put in these small bolts here. They only have to be hand tight. Now you take this longer bolt here, start to thread it, and then take this insert here, and you want to sandwich it in between the top of the valve spring and the bottom of this bolt. Now they're rounded, so they should center themselves. Now you're going to want to take a 14mm socket, put it on there, and just crank it down. And this will give you access to those two keepers. So you're going to want to take your magnetic screwdriver, take them out one by one. At this point, you can back off your ratchet here, take all the tension off that spring, take your insert off, and your spring and retainer should come right out. Wow, now that's 2 done. Looks like I've got 14 more. So that's one side done. So I've noticed that some of them come out pretty easily. After you compress the spring, the keepers will just kind of pop right out. But some of them I had to clamp, then unclamp, then clamp, then unclamp a couple times. Fuck. Just to get them seated properly for release. So maybe this side will go a little bit smoother now that I have a little bit of experience in. Wait a second. Oh. So on the intake side, from the factory, Honda already has a dual valve spring. Now if that doesn't scream performance, I don't know what the fuck does. Alrighty, so it looks like now we are on our last one. Now this side was a little bit easier now that I kind of got the hang of it. And it really is that easy. Just like that, we got all the springs, retainers, lockers, and everything out of the cylinder head. The only thing we have left is the valves, the actual valves themselves, and the valve seals. I might be keeping the valves based on their condition, but I'm definitely replacing those seals. As for all these, I don't really have any use for them anymore. If you know me in person, you know that I'd rather walk than stay stock, so these are going in the trash, and they're going to be replaced with SuperTech valve springs, retainers, and keepers. Those are dual valve springs and titanium retainers, so I'm super psyched about that. Really nice upgrade. This whole process went very smoothly because of the HPT Autosport spring compressor tool, so highly recommend that. You don't really want to be using shitty tools if you want a good end result. And yeah. So once again, thank you for tuning in to Crafting Cars. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or anything like that. Maybe a suggestion of what we should do for our celebration for our 69 subscribers. Maybe a little special video. I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep posting videos about this B16 or anything else that's happening right now. I definitely got to figure out what I'm going to do with those valves there. And then I got a couple more seals and gaskets I got to order. I want to get some aftermarket cams, but once I get all that in, I'm going to do an entire assembly video on this thing, probably all at once. So stay tuned. It's going to get real exciting. We're going to get mad technical with this thing, and I'm super stoked. Catch you next time. Bye!